Okay, now the next part of this here would be to, while I still have this on my rotary table, what I'll do is I'll drill and ream this probably to about a 1/2 inch or so, and then I can use that as a locating hole when I go to put this here onto the 4-jaw chuck on my lathe, because I eventually want to bore this out because I can get a better, I believe I can probably get a better bore putting this on my lathe than I would be if I tried to use a boring head on my milling machine. That's coming up next. Okay, before I get started here, I want to put a couple screws in here. And again, that's what's nice about this kind of a setup. I can throw a couple screws in here. I'm going to put one here to keep this from turning. Let's put it tight in there like that. Until it meets into the face of it. And I just recently put another one right here, back here. I moved my clamp over, made another hole here, put that down through there, put the clamp on. I didn't originally have this over here on the last machining session. I just put this screw in here now as well, and one over here. So now I'm all set up now for line up here, and I have to look on my instructions here and find out which hole that was for the center of the workpiece. I think it's that first one. I have to look at that again. Do a couple measurements here, and and we'll look and see which hole that is, which divot that was supposed to be now for the center of the guide bar hole. Bar hole is the one that's above the first divot here. So when this is in this direction here, that's the direction we're looking for now. There it is. Okay, so that would be this one over here. Now the top one up here, that's the guide bar hole. This other divot here was the center of this here radius here. Okay, let's get this lined up now with that divot up here, and then we'll start our drilling and reaming. Make sure it's nice and steady, which it is. And I get my magnifying glass and get this maneuvered over where it needs to be. Okay, that's good there. Just a little bit right there. A little bit yet. Right there. Okay, now that's the slowest speed I have on that setting, but I think I'm going to change that. So I got the, can change this up here. Here's I can change my belt up here and get it down to the lowest setting on the belt range now too. And see what we got here. Okay, that's a lot better. That's the slowest on the speed, and that should work good for the drilling with that belt speed, and that their speed there should do good. I went nice and slow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's what I want right there. Be good. Yeah, it's really nice now. holding the camera here on the back side. A lot quieter, and I put some lubricant on it. Now I'm looking to pick up some wood dust here, so I know that my drill bit's down far enough now where I can get a reamer through all the way through if I can get a reamer in here. Okay, I'll see if I have enough headroom here to be able to get a reamer in there. I don't know if I can or not. If I can't, then I'll just have to use a drill bit for the locating pin. Just what I thought, the reamer's too big for it, which I knew it would be. So what I'll do is I have my table set up here now on my dial gauge, and I'll just crank over so many inches over, so many thousandths of an inch over until I get clearance here. And then I'll be able to put my table back on here. Is my manual DRO. I need to readjust this twice. It gives me 2-inch 800 thou, and that way there I can get my reamer up in there now. Not going to work either because the reamer is lower than the workpiece here, and I can't get the headstock up any higher as high as it's going to go. So my next thing would be to change the chuck out and put in a collet or a end mill holder, one of my homemade end mill holders, and see if I have one that's going to fit this size shank. Mill holders for that size. I made my end mill holders to hold 3/8 and 1/2 inch, but the 1/2 inch reamer is 435, and so I never made any collet or any holders to for reamers, so that's why I can't use that. So what I'll do is I'll just go back to the drill bit and use the drill bit as the lineup tool now instead.